I'm going to talk about one of my hobbies, and that is learning languages. I am learning Spanish and Swedish. I am learning Spanish because I wanted to learn it my whole life. It's my mom's native language. And Swedish, I don't know, I just really like the Swedish language. I like a lot of music that comes from Sweden, and I think that's really what got me interested in wanting to learn the Swedish language. First tip is very obvious: learn the sounds of the language. If you want to learn Ukrainian, that's obviously learn what the alphabet is. Once you've learned the alphabet and the sounds of a language, you can obviously go right into learning all of the words. The second thing is try to learn as much vocabulary as you can, even if you don't say it in the right way. Still, you know how to say a bunch of things in the language. Third thing is try not to get too caught up in the grammar, because it will frustrate you, especially if you're not really good at grammar in your own language. How are you expected to be great in grammar in another language? So try not to get too caught up in the grammar, because you want to have fun when you learn your language, especially if it's on like something you really want to do and something you really wanted to do for a long time. Trying not to get too caught up in grammar goes perfectly into what I'm going to say next, and that is don't get too caught up in your own native language. Just accept the language and its rules for what they are, and you won't get frustrated or stressed out. Next tip is immerse yourself right away. As soon as you start learning the language, start reading books, watching television, movies, listening to music. It's really helpful to do it right at the beginning, because you start to learn a ton of things, and helping with that grammar and learning how to say things and in the right situations. Because in English, we have one way of saying a lot of things, but in other languages there are a few different ways of saying things, and sometimes it's right to say something in a situation one way, but wrong to say it in that way in a different situation. So yeah, other languages are sometimes more expressive than English can be. But don't let anyone discourage you from learning a language. Learning Swedish, and not really anyone knows Swedish except for Swedish people and Finnish people. You don't want to spend a ton of money on language learning software. There are so many language blogs on the internet that you can go and learn your target language, and it doesn't have to be expensive to learn a language, because the internet is a fabulous resource. It's like the greatest resource one can find. And this is really for people who are just starting their journey on language learning. It's a long journey. It can be frustrating at times, but it should never be stressful, because if it's something that you really want, you should always be enjoying learning. Things should be fun, right? Learning is fun. But I hope this was helpful. I hope I gave you some good ideas on how to learn a language, and thanks. Comment, subscribe, I don't know, do whatever you want. Bye! Know how to say something in a different language, you feel like the smartest person.